is in this experience and ideologies that make us our powerhouse community, strengthened by our resolve to rise, our ambition to overcome, and the audacity to truly unite. Bethesda, we were born for this. Lekito, let's do this. Golden Lane, we must. Tobago, Plymouth, we can. Victory and nobility are what we are made of. And when opportunities meet grit, we make magic. We are the community of Javon Clark, Kevon Ford, 2 senior doctors in the Scarborough General Hospital, the late APT James, Hochul Charles, Mr. Rennie Dumas, former members of Parliament and Chief Secretary of THA, Mr. Alfred, a CARICOM representative, and countless others, firemen, police officers, nurses, principals, all proud children of Plymouth Bethesda. But tonight, I want to address something we often overlook. Plymouth, I want you all to listen carefully. We tend to value success in the classroom. And while that may be important, but let us not forget the value of success in sports, in arts, in trade, and in community service. Bethesda has produced some of the most gifted, and I make no remorse or no apology with this. Bethesda has produced some of the most gifted athletes ever coming out of Tobago. Omar Charles, a 2-time Carifta medalist. Rawson James, Devon Leacock, Rondell Winchester, Mark London, Karen Forbes, Kimika Forbes, Arisa Sande, Kevin James. And the list goes on, my people. Too much for me to list tonight. But one man stands out tonight to me. And you're right, Daniel Cyrus. Kellyanne Baptiste. Daniel Cyrus has represented our country in 3 different World Cups. Where's Daniel Cyrus? He's the most capped national player from Tobago with 91 appearances.
You dig.
But yet, people come, people go. How much or how often do we celebrate his success? Mr. Cyrus, Mr. You are a proud success of Bethesda. And we say tonight, we honor you. We uplift you. Not just as an athlete, but as a symbol of what's possible when talent meets opportunities. My people, this is not just an applause. We need to think of where we once was. And the key ingredient in our investment must be providing access right back to these opportunities. So this revolution, this movement, it is rooted in our commitment to invest in this community, not through bribes or short-term work or flimsy hampers, but through meaningful, life-changing, and community-building opportunities. And anybody who is serious about progress and hoping for a better future for our children, this fight is your fight. This is your revolution. As a parent, I am duty-bound to get on board, to lead and fight with all my might for Tobago. This is a movement not just for me, not just for PNM or the other parties, but a movement for Bethesda, Plymouth, Lekito, Golden Lane, Blackrock, Woodlands, Mount Thomas, for every neglected person, family, village, and community. This revolution is yours. The revolution is now, my people. This is the time, and I am the right guy. This is not a campaign of bribery, corruption, or crumbs. This revolution is rooted in dignity, integrity, action, and accountability. 4 years ago, they came to us promising to fix it. But we can't fix what we refuse to face, people. We are real people with bread and butter issues. And no amount of hush money can make us throw away our dreams while we sell our votes, eat the crumbs, and look the other way. We say no way. Today, we have to be champions of change, and the vision is clear. The time is now, my people. A better Bethesda, where our community is transformed into trades, digital literacy, youth and single mother entrepreneurship boot camps, etiquette and empowerment trainings, build businesses capacity to employ persons right here in Plymouth, Bethesda, a greater Golden Lane where agriculture network, invest in tools, irrigation and processing, launch programs, linking farms to hotels, schools and exports, introducing tech farming, hydroponics, vertical farming, my people, turning primary produce into secondary produce, forming corporations, improving our fishing facilities, new level for Lekito, where there's a significant cultural movement, rebuild and relight our sport fields, invest in our academies to grow beyond our shores, just like Daniel Cyrus. We pay mentors to guide and coach our youths. At Tobago, where there's elderly dignity plans, home visits by trained health workers, upgraded clinics, reliable transport, monthly elderly assemblies. We're bringing back dignity to our senior citizens, my people. A Tobago House of Assembly where real budgetary power is within the community. Transparent posting of plans and community budgets. Accountability from the ground up. My people, when we lack truth, we lack trust, then we invite chaos. The type of chaos that pervades our assembly and country at this time. Tobago, Plymouth, Bethesda, we are living in serious times. And we have serious choices to make. Calm over chaos. Decency over disorder. Direction over distraction. Stability over stagnation. Light over darkness. Hope over fear. It's now on us to bring this Tobago back. And we're starting right here in Plymouth tonight.
You dig?
This This revolution is ours, and the time is now. Tobago deserves better. To the youths who feel forgotten through the years and remembered only at election time, this is your campaign. To the farmers, the fisher folk, the public servants, and the unemployed, your voice matters. This is your campaign. This is your time. To the tradesmen who depended on contractors to get job, this is your time. Make your vote count on the 12th of January. And when we put Tobago first again, on the night, we will be saying, great is our God. Great is Golden Lane, like it told Plymouth, Bethesda, Blackrock, Tobago. Great is PNM, and we shall prevail.
Them a come with them mic and a chat with them friends and a fly round the world and a but now them a come with a talk with a pen and them trying to PNM when them a bring to the table. If I talk alone, we not able. Every day I go wrong, I tell fable. Them a do PNM and yet they not able. When them a bring to the table, a 5 years dance them not stable. Nothing a worse is to take over. Tobago anchored in a cycle game over. This PNM people live for it avenue, but they never know them a sign of death sentence.
Let's hear it for our kill guy.
PNM.
Brothers and sisters, I was awake early this morning with a phone call from an architect. When I saw the number, I said, but why this gentleman calling me so early? When I answered the phone, he said, David, last night I had some time to waste. So I took the opportunity to look at something where they say they're launching, and they call it a blueprint. He said, that is not a blueprint. That is a photocopy. A blueprint is our original document that explains how you're going to build something. Listen to me. The only thing they didn't call it was big bold red. These people have no shame. After 48 months carrying Tobago down to the ground, they have nothing to account for. The wicked.
You dig?
And then come back to tell Tobago, well, we are going to create 8,000 jobs. Where they getting it from? Where they getting it from? And we have this, I want to let hear me. We have this busybody one from somewhere up so. I don't know if all you know she. Busy, going all over the place. And deliver nothing. These people, wicked.
You dig?
And they have the audacity to come now. I tell you, I feel that they should rename themselves Movie Tongue, because everything they talk about now, coming soon. An agricultural revolution, coming soon. An economic outburst, coming soon. A new curriculum for education, coming soon. Listen to me. When I listen to these people, a new Scarborough, coming soon. Well, I want to tell them tonight, the 15 standard bearers for the PNM, coming soon.
You dig? You respect that?
Watch out! Watch out, watch out, watch out. The wicked. I say the wicked. And we fed up on them. And according to Akil, I will add one final thing. The revolution will be televised.
You dig?
We warm, we hot here tonight. And I'm going to bring on a young lady She is no stranger to the platform. She read and she ready. Sometimes if you catch she on a good day, she out and bad. We're going to light up Plymouth tonight. Join with me as I welcome to the podium a young lady who understands what representation is. A young lady who understands vision. A young lady who knows how to run the race. Join with me with Plymouth love in your heart and welcome Shampa. Shampa Kucholowe.
This election coming, Tobago take one. This election coming is a serious thing. Bali and the Sessa want to make us suffer. Tobago and PNM, we have a surprise for them. The can't just Bali, leader of the city. The can't just Baby, she cuss everybody. The can't just Zorisha, she just a poser. If we have to deal with them, vote for the PNM.
You
Who you
dig?
voting for? Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Not Bali and them. Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Not Trevor and them. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Keep them out the way.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
PNM.
Plymouth, good night.
PNM.
PNM family, good evening.
PNM.
Right-thinking citizens who are tuning in, those of you who are here in person and those who are tuning in on social media, we thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in to the platform of the People's National Movement. Allow me to recognize our political leader, I love you too, Mr. Ansel K. Dennis, our Tobago Council Chairman, Mr. Larry Paul, all other officers of the People's National Movement, our 15 competent candidates. This evening, a special salute to Mr. Akil Guy, an upstanding young man. The people of Golden Lane deserve leadership that they can trust. The people of Lekoto deserve good representation. The people of Plymouth deserve somebody who would show up and be present, not somebody who leave to come back and we don't know where they're really supposed to be. We give you Karen, ladies and gentlemen. And in usual PNM fashion, we have searched every electoral district and we have given to you the very best that that district has to offer. We stand resoundingly behind our 15 candidates. We say great is the PNM. I greet you under the banner of the beautiful and bountiful People's National Movement. The only national party, the only party to truly develop Trinidad and Tobago and our entire country. We are the People's National Movement. We are the architects of independence and we are the drafters of our Republican Constitution. From establishing the energy industry to advancing industrialization throughout Trinidad and Tobago, we are the People's National Movement. We are the grandfathers, the godfathers of social support, leadership, free education. We go above the call of duty for all the people of this nation, whether you like us or not, whether you vote for us or not. PNM policies benefit everyone. PNM policies change lives. We are the People's National Movement, not a political party in the narrow sense of the word, but rather we are a rally for all the people of Trinidad and Tobago, united in one common purpose, on one common platform, with agreement on common economic, social, and political objectives, the utilization of our human and physical resources, all for the common good, determined by one common will. We are the People's National Movement, a party of vision, a party of integrity. In and out of government, we have always been the voice of reasoning. We are a bastion of hope and democracy, a pillar of strength and a place, always a place of security. For every right-thinking citizen of this country, we are the People's National Movement. Brothers and sisters, when we came to you in the year 2000, after being kept out of the Tobago House of Assembly for 20 years, we came on a mission to serve, to represent, and to deliver to the people of Tobago like they had never seen before, expansively and audaciously, with heart and humility, developing Tobagonians in a developing Tobago, growing our economy, investing in our people and our society, delivering to Tobago the leadership and the representation it so rightly deserves. We won the acceptance and the support and even the votes of Tobagonians term after term after term. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but 5 times. So brothers and sisters, I want you to feel proud of having 21 years of leadership and service, because we did not give that 21 years to ourselves. It was given to us by the people. You are right. We walked, we worked, we listened, we learned, we loved, we answered calls, we did not duck anybody, we returned calls. When we said we're going to help somebody, we showed up and we helped. We respected your rights. I remember working at the Division of Finance, and when you look out on the car park, you had people with their TOP flags, people with their PNM flags, people with their platform of truth flags, right, working right there for the Tobago House of Assembly. We were united as one, but now they preach a platform of hate, a message of division. And anybody who dare to ask a question or oppose, they call you a stink and dirty PNM. Because unity, they want to make unity impossible for us. For them, it is better to divide us, because if we are divided, then we don't get to hold them to account. Anybody who opposed, they said that person there is a dirty PNM. But brothers and sisters, we know better. And as a People's National Movement, we will do better. And let me tell you something, 21 years, the people assessed us and blessed us with a term after another term after another term. And as the old people used to say in those days, one good term deserves another. And they wonder why we say great is the PNM. We built schools, brothers and sisters. If it weren't for the People's National Movement, we wouldn't have a spanking new Scarborough Methodist, a spanking new Scarborough RC, Goodwood High School, Speyside High School, Mason Hall Secondary. You go from community to community and you look at community centers, not refurbished but built by the People's National Movement, from Buku to Lekato, to Lowlands, you name it, we can claim it. In 2010, we delivered the Buko Integrated Facility, brothers and sisters. We delivered the Shore Park Complex that has now become their home. If it wasn't for the PNM, where they would have meet. We developed scholarships for the young people through the DATAS program, youth zones and Y centers, brothers and sisters, home improvement grants for refurbishment and construction, business development grants, venture capital fund, the Scarborough Hospital, the Roxborough Hospital, the Scarborough Hospital laundromat, brothers and sisters, all of that was delivered by the People's National Movement. We work hand in hand with our central government to deliver to them the Cove Eco Industrial Park. And on top of that, the expansion of T&Tech down at Cove and the gas pipeline from BHP Billington, brothers and sisters, all of that here in Tobago, Roxborough Police Station, Shervan Police Station, Roxborough Administrative Complex, Roxborough Fire Station, brothers and sisters, 2 spanking new ferries. When we were about to purchase those ferries, the UNC said that we were spending too much money on Tobago. Brothers and sisters, the list goes on and on and on. So don't let anybody tell you that the PNM did nothing. We have receipts to show. We have our report book to show. And I want you to ask them to show us theirs. And on top of building new buildings and providing new programs, we were responsible for upkeep and maintenance. And when we delivered proper maintenance, we didn't create a plaque and we didn't cut a ribbon because we understood that that is our job. And they wonder why we say, great is the PNM. We created opportunities so that we can build Tobago contractors. Our plight about contractors is not about only 1 or 2 big name contractors. You had young men and women in their communities developing their business, getting support and grants so that they could improve their capacity. So in the same vein that Trinidad contractors come over here and do work, we were building Tobago contractors so they could go to Trinidad and throughout the region and do work too. That is the work. That is the legacy of the People's National Movement. My brothers and sisters, we are not perfect by any means, but we stand on a legacy of productivity, consistency, development, and delivery. And many of them who try to malign our name and our track record, they are beneficiaries themselves. They built their homes on the back of the PNM. They built their businesses on the back of the PNM. They educated themselves and their children on the back of the PNM. Many of them sat in supervisory positions in the Tobago House of Assembly, undermining the THA's work under the leadership of the PNM, and then they show up to convince you that the PNM did nothing. Low down, dirty shame. But you know the sad thing, brothers and sisters, 4 years ago we took their chain up. Some of you said we did nothing. Some of you said we got complacent, so we took a back seat and we allow you to try something different. They came bearing gifts. They came baking bread. They came changing out your roof. They came telling lies and putting cash in your pockets. They told us Watson Duke was Moses the Messiah. They told us we would do better under Kamala. 4 years and $13 billion later, Tobago, how are you feeling? They run Watson like a dog out his own party. But they have to watch their tone with Kamala and the UNC. 4 years and $13 billion later, Tobago, how you feel? No representation in the cabinet. No respect for our Tobago House of Assembly. No regard for our Chief Secretary. No conversation about pertinent issues that affect our security. No consultation with how measures would affect our livelihood and our economy. Tobagonians, Plymouth, BlackRock, 4 years, $13 billion. How are you feeling? No employment for the young people in our communities. No work opportunities for small businesses to build and earn some money. Potholes riddle our roads. Or development money being sent to Chaguanas and Caroni. $16 million later, and the only working ambulance in Tobago is the one that was purchased by the People's National Movement.
PNM.
And you know what? Public servants dare not complain. You have to prove you're blue in order to keep bread on your table. You have to be present at TPP meetings or else your employment in trouble. Tobagonians, fix it crew. 4 years, $13 billion. Plymouth, where is the development? Where is the progress, Tobago? Show me where and how this $13 billion improved your community, delivered for you or uplifted your family. Besides the billboards and the bus sheds, the joy rides and the trips around the world that delivered nothing. Assess whether these 4 years deserve another 4 years, brothers and sisters. Tobagonians, are you prepared to give them another 4 years? Because we know all they're going and do is waste another 4 years, asking you to wait and telling you to ease them up. Plymouth Blackrock, whatever happened to the refurbishment of your community center, your fishing facility, your recreational grounds and your netball court, the people of Bethesda and Golden Lane? Where is your football field, your brace walls and your infrastructure, your grants for home refurbishment and construction, brothers and sisters? You know fully well what was promised before the election was never pursued thereafter. The things they said they will fix and change have remained the same, and in most cases have gotten worse. But you dare not speak up. You dare not speak out because there are persons employed in the Tobago House of Assembly, paid by your taxpayer dollars, in place to bully you on social media, in place to bully you into silence, to manage the narrative, to make sure that nobody steps out of line. Brothers and sisters, Tobago, where is your voice? Who is calling radio tampering in the morning? Who is calling Channel 5? You know, we say that the media is the fourth estate in a democracy. But what good is the fourth estate if your media anchors are showing up as advisors to the TPP? What good is the fourth estate if the members of the media themselves are showing up to be screened by the screening committee? Tobagonians, where is your voice? Brothers and sisters, in 4 years, we have moved from a place of light and liberty to a dungeon of darkness, fear, numbness, and hypocrisy, with nowhere to run, nobody to complain to, nobody to stand up in our defense, nobody to be that voice, but yet still we are asked to wait. And as we wait, the wait is getting longer, and it's now compounded by the albatross of the UNC and Kamala. The weight has gotten heavier, and it feels like there is no way out. And as Watson Duke rightly said, the salt has lost its saltiness. Brothers and sisters, James Park has lost its power, and our Tobago House of Assembly has certainly lost its prowess. They handed Tobago to the UNC on a platter, and now we are forced to take what we get from Kamala. Talk about treachery, talk about ultimate sellout, all in the name of fiending for high office and political expediency. I want to ask Tobagonians, how did we end up here? And who is speaking up for us? Who is standing up for our defense? Brothers and sisters, it can't be Tomo, because he told us in fine style that as the experienced fireman he is, the raider is a normal part of a new airport. Can we trust him? Brothers and sisters, we can't depend on Nazi, because you would remember at the mid-year term when the government went back to the consolidated fund to get $3.19 billion. Did Tobago get its 4.03%? No. We got $34 million short of $90+ million, but yet Nazi came back to Tobago and tell us we need to celebrate. At least we get something. Who is speaking up for us? And it can't be Farley, who sees nothing, who hears nothing, who knows nothing, who's not being consulted. Tobagonians, who is speaking up for you? Who is standing up for your defense, brothers and sisters. Fees and fines up 100%. No consultation, no communication, or assembly says nothing. Birth and death certificate fees gone up 100%. If you're renewing your passport, the fee gone up 100%, and there is nothing from our Tobago House of Assembly. The cost of living is at an all-time high, but yet nobody complaining. Just months ago, they were calling, rolling name, and barking at the PNM. Where is that courage now? Disruption and delays in the air bridge. Nobody is saying anything. We are uncertain about cargo and how we're going to truly feed Tobago after January 12th. Where is our Tobago House of Assembly? Nobody is saying anything on our behalf. It's interesting how they had all that back for Rowley and the PNM. But you either have to watch your tone, and in most cases, you can't say a word. Just take the thumping from Kamla and the UNC. So no, Farley, don't talk to me and don't talk to Tobagonians from your political pulpit. I want you to take that same energy to Kamla, express to her how Tobagonians really feel about the radar, and tell her exactly where to put it. Brothers and sisters, let's talk a little bit about this radar. Because at first we were told that the US military came to build a school. Then they came to pave a road. Farley told us they came to refuel. Then Tomo tell us it is a natural part of having an airport. And Certica Fine Style tell us it is a Christmas gift. Now today, brothers and sisters, we have a U.S. Army base at our new airport that was built in order to provide support to our tourism economy, and Tobagonians, our Tobago House of Assembly have nothing to say. We listen night after night at the delivery of their candidates, and not one candidate has anything to say. The old people in the area exposed to higher radiation, and they are sending messages in their little chats, and nobody to come to give them some sense of comfort about what is really going on. A target is on our backs. We know in a time of war, the first place to bomb is the place where the radar is. And I want Farley and his minions in the Tobago House of Assembly to ask Kamla, in searching all throughout the 41 constituencies, north, south, east, and west, and the best, the most appropriate place you could find to place a radar is in Tobago. With no conversation, no consultation, brothers and sisters, a target is on our backs, and the rest of the world is looking at us like, are we stupid? Where is our Tobago House of Assembly? Where is Farley, who used to tell Rowley to stay out of Tobago people's business? We sat here and we watched Kamla send the AG and another minister, and they give him a script to read. And he sat in front of the microphone like a baby.
You dig, you dig, you dig.
And saying, well, the minister is here, and eventually we have a military base here, and Farley would say to Tobagonians, well, he now learn about it in the papers, and he's so glad Kamla put it in the papers, so now we know too. What is the sense in having a Tobago House of Assembly that does not stand up for you? Now, I cannot find fault with anyone who has come to question the role and the relevance of our Tobago House of Assembly, because day by day we watch them take disrespect as leaders, and we watch Kamla and her friends disregard our institution that we have worked and fought for over the years, brothers and sisters, and in true TPP fashion, they say nothing. The Tobago House of Assembly has sold us out. The TPP has sold us out. Farley and his minions has sold us out, brothers and sisters. Our Tobago House of Assembly is supposed to be that voice on behalf of us. Our Tobago House of Assembly is supposed to be a shield to protect us. But now we have nothing and nobody saying anything to defend us. We just have to take it, and as Kamala say, well, Farley doesn't have his way, does he? And that is why, brothers and sisters, we need to seize this moment and put strong people in the Tobago House of Assembly. People who are not afraid to stand up. People who are not afraid to speak out. People who are not afraid to resist the oppressor. One Norris Jack taught me that resistance against the oppressor is obedience to God. Resistance against the oppressor is obedience to God. Tobagonians, your identity and your integrity, your dignity is under attack, and it is high time for every Tobagonians to wake up and fight back. Wake up and push back, brothers and sisters. You see, for far too long, you have been cultured to request from the People's National Movement perfection, impeccability, even unreasonable acts of greatness. Yet you gladly accept non-performance, mediocrity, slothfulness, sloppiness, maltreatment, and disrespect from other parties, especially the UNC, is one yardstick for them and another yardstick for the People's National Movement. But if we are truly serious about Tobago for Tobagonians, if we are truly serious about Tobago's growth, brothers and sisters, every Tobagonians need to look themselves in the mirror and check yourself. Because if it's wrong for the goose, then it can't be right for the gander. And if you cannot call out, and if you call out disrespect from the PNM, why are you taking abuse from Kamala? Brothers and sisters, Tobago deserves better. Plymouth, Blackrock, every electoral district from Shah, Bethesda, Lakeato, Golden Lane. This is your time. This is your moment. Opportunities like this to re-engineer, to transform ourselves and to change direction, they come few and far in between. We don't want to have to wait another 4 years to give them another 4 years to wait. Brothers and sisters, the power is squarely in your hands. You need to seize the moment, and you need to seize that moment now. Now is the time for your voice to be heard, for you to stand up and be counted, and the power is in your finger. Tonight I call on each and every one of you to stand. Do not wait another 4 years. Do not waste another 4 years. Brothers and sisters, seize this opportunity right now. Tonight we stand with Tobagonians. We stand as Tobagonians first, defenders of democracy and promoters of Tobago dignity. Tonight we stand up against injustice, bad mind, wickedness, oppression, and suppression. We stand alongside the university graduates who refuse to leave to find a better life abroad. So despite countless rejection, application after application, they continue to wait, keeping hope alive. We stand with the teachers in the schools that are dilapidated, with broken toilets, who don't have the tools to properly educate our children, but they cannot speak up for fear of being victimized. They wait, keeping hope alive, keeping the peace, keeping their mouth shut, and keeping hope alive. We stand with the tertiary level education students who had to drop out of university because their education is not a priority to the Tobago House of Assembly, which refuses to pay their fees. We stand with you, awaiting this gracious moment to turn the lever. We wait. We're keeping hope alive. To the senior citizens who are awaiting help from the caretakers program, we're still waiting, keeping home alive. To the residents of Woodlands, Golden Lane, and Lakeato, who was promised a recreational space, you still wait, keeping hope alive. So brothers and sisters, as we wait and as we hope, In other words, hope is faith. And I can tell you the good book says faith without work is dead. So tonight I'm calling on every right-thinking citizen not only to hope, but to have faith. And not only to have faith, but to exercise the faith. Turning up at these meetings is only one part of it. We come out, we're educated, we're entertained. But brothers and sisters, if we don't go back and call somebody on the phone and tell them, this time we vote in the People's National Movement, if you don't walk, if you don't canvass, if you don't pull out every brother and sister, family member and friend, brothers and sisters, these meetings will mean nothing. I beg you, do not be intimidated by them. We have to walk. We have to help with the canvassing. We have to call each other. We have to ensure that election day we have a solid structure. We have to make good use of those 12 hours from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Ready up yourself, as the young people say, brothers and sisters. And I tell you, we cannot outspend them. But we can come out and have our say resoundingly on election day. We will vote. We will vote.
PNM.
My fellow Tobagonians, don't you be afraid. Don't be intimidated by their tricks and their scorched politics. Some of you are still fearful. Some of you still ask the question, is it worth the fight? They seem stronger than we are. They have more money. They have more hampers. They have more toys. And they are paying their teams 4 times more. How can we beat them when the UNC financiers who have been promised contracts, who have been promised land, who have been promised resources, are making huge investment, sending cash by the 100,000s and the millions? We cannot outspend them. I tell you, brothers and sisters, we cannot out-hamper them. We cannot out-toy them. We cannot outspend them. And we certainly cannot tell more lies than them. What we can do, brothers and sisters, is come out and vote. So take their hampers and vote them out. Take their toys and vote them out. Take their building materials. I hear in the tongue area the representative giving away building materials like that. Take their building materials and vote them out. Take their money and vote them out. And to the canvassers, some of you PNM canvassers who have opted to go over to the TPP because they're offering better money, brothers and sisters. To the DJs who accepted the $40,000. To the ground workers and the social media influencers, I tell you, $40,000 goes quickly. Your children's future, your life and your security is worth more than money. There is too much at stake, and there is so much more life after January 12th. Make your money. Take their honey and vote them out. Tonight, brothers and sisters, I salute every patriot, every fearless warrior of the Red Brigade, those who are not afraid to stand up, not afraid to speak out, and who cannot be bought, who refuse to be sold. Tonight, I tip my hat to the church leaders and the elders who have expressed their commitment to stand with the People's National Movement, because good people deserve good representation and God's people deserve right and righteous leadership. I want to big up in a major way the right-thinking citizens who are quietly holding their corner and cannot wait for election day. We understand that you cannot come to our meetings. We understand that you cannot even like a post. But let them know on election day we would have our say. We will vote. We will vote. We will vote, brothers and sisters. Night after night, they follow us and they have all these comments to say about the size of our meetings. But those who refuse to come out because you fear discrimination, I tell you, stay home, but on election day, come out and place your vote. We would face the cameras. we would face the fire. We would stand up and fight for you. And on election day, we all gonna push through. I want you to tell them, brothers and sisters, we come as one, but we stand as 10,000. I say we come as one, but we stand as 10,000. I want to tell you one more time that we come as one, but you best believe we stand as 10,000. On election day, we will not stay at home. We will make our way to the polls and we will vote. We will vote. We will vote. At the end of the day, this is a revolution taking place before your eyes, brothers and sisters. And as revolutionaries, we cannot afford to be coward. We must develop the courage to go out there and to meet every challenge, so we will vote. And let them know, brothers and sisters, the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. So don't look for us on social media. We ain't paying no money to go on no radio station to talk to anybody. Tobago people are proud people. We are intelligent people. We are people of wisdom. And while we partake in your shenanigans on election day, we are responsible. We will go out and do what only we can do for ourselves. We will vote you out for your wickedness. We will vote you out for your pettiness. We would vote you out for your treachery. We will vote you out for selling out. We will vote for representation that we can trust. We will vote for a leader with a backbone. We will vote for decent work. We will vote for assemblymen who answer their phones. We will vote Karen Forbes in Plymouth Blackrock.
PNM.
We will vote Akil Guy in Bethesda, Laketo, Golden Lane. We will vote.
You respect that?
We will vote Karen Forbes in Plymouth Blackrock. We will vote Akil Guy in Bethesda, Golden Lane, Laketo.
PNM.
We will vote Dominique Kerr in Bonaccord.
PNM.
And you better believe we will run every Judas out of Boko.
You respect that?
PNM.
If Tobago is so much to say on that, but I'll leave that for another time. I tell you, Tobagonians, stay focused. Tobagonians, mind your business. Because I tell you, if anybody could stay in your party at your strategy meeting mere days before crossing the floor, we had to check ourselves. Brothers and sisters, if one could always volunteer to pray and praying that the strongholds of the TPP be destroyed, then find yourself over in the TPP the next day. That is not a loss to mourn. That is a loss to celebrate. So I beg you, stay focused and do not be distracted. I tell you something, every rotten fruit will have to drop and every Judas will have to run out. But we as the People's National Movement, we will remain same red, same motto, same common policy of peace and unity and opportunities for everybody. Nobody and nothing will change that. So no, we are not ashamed. And as you celebrate a Judas movement, we celebrate people who are committed to building Trinidad and Tobago in decency, in integrity. The PNM tells you the truth even when it's not too palatable. We tell you the truth when it is unpopular. We're not hiding, we're not dodging behind anybody. We come to you, same motto, same name, same color, putting in the hard work. When you flog us, we go back and we do our homework and we come back and we give you the very best. That is why I stand so strong in this resolve that this is the right time and we have the right candidates because we've done our homework. Tobagonians, brothers and sisters, if Tobago ever needed right-thinking citizens to stand up and be counted, that time is now. If Tobago ever needed honest and courageous leadership, that time is now. If Tobago ever needed to stamp out divisiveness and hate, that time is now. If Tobago ever needed to run Farley, his minions, and Kamla out of our place, that time is now. I tell you, brothers and sisters, 10 more days. We read and we're ready. 15 strong candidates. We read and we're ready. We just watching the clock. We read and we're ready. Next Monday, the thing turn up. We read and we're ready. Tell them we out and bad. We read and we're ready. Man in we own yard. We read and we're ready. Come out and show them no mercy. We read and we're ready. We win in every 15 community. We read and we're ready. And on election day, when all is said and done, we count every vote and victory won. We come back right here or we meet in Market Square where we greatly sing our song. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Now, great. Thank you so much.
Who get out the way? This election coming, Tobago take one. This election coming is a serious thing. Bali and disaster, want to make a supper. Tobago and PNM, we have a surprise for them. You can't just Farley, leader of TDP. You can't just Fedi, she cause everybody. You can't just Zorisha, she just a poser. If we have to deal with them, vote for the PNM. Who you voting for? PNM. Who you voting for? PNM. Who you voting for? PNM. Not Farley and them. Who you voting for? PNM. Who you voting for? PNM. Who you voting for? PNM. Not Trevor and them. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Keep them out the way. Some parties in answers, think they have the answers. By flashing big money, thinking they can buy me. They will do anything, even vote at party. We
PNM.
will not surrender. Tobago in danger. Can't just Farley, he and UNC. You can't just Fedi, she cause everybody. You can't just Zorisha, she just a poser. If we have to deal with them, vote for the PNM. Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Not for all of them. Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Not Fantin and them.
Mr.
Who you
DJ
voting for?
Pulse.
Who you voting for?
You dig?
Plymouth people! Plymouth people! The thing turn up tonight, we not making joke.
You dig?
No return to office for them, they too wicked. We fed up on them. We fed up on the lies. We fed up on the promises. We fed up where we only see in the back. You can't see them in the face at all. They never walking to you. They're always walking away. We fed up on them. We fed up on them. Because they too. They do what? This evening, as we move on, somebody said doctor. Somebody said doctor. You see, because we have these people suffering from a lifestyle disease. It has become such a part of their life that they don't know what to do with it again. But tonight we have a doctor that will administer some injection and cure that diabetes. If they feel they're going to continue to lie to Tobago, they lie. Welcome with me this evening, the man with the cure for diabetes, Assemblyman coming in again for Darrell Springwim, the minority leader, Kelvin Morris.
PNM.
Let me ask you, who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Good night. Plymouth, Blackrock, Bethesda, Lekoto, PNM Family Hall. Permit me to recognize our political leader, Brother Ansel Dennis, Party Chairman, Brother Larry Paul, former Member of Parliament for Tobago West, and we just hear her, Shamfire. Somebody say Shamfire. Shamfire Shaki Kujo Lewis. Permit me to recognize here your standard bearer, the next area representative for Plymouth Blackrock, Karen Forbes.
PNM.
The next area representative for Bethesda Lekoto, Mr. Akil Guy. All our standard bearers in the midst. I know we have many former members of Parliament, area representatives, former secretaries, assistant secretaries, and to you, our beautiful, loyal PNM soldiers, I want to pay a special salute and good night to you all. Let me start by wishing each and everyone a happy, happy, happy New Year. And on the 12th, we are going to vote for a new THA administration led by Ansel Dennis, and that will be the People's National Movement. Brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you tonight that the TPP and the UNC are one in the same. And if you don't believe me, you just need to go back to a clip when the Prime Minister came right here in Tobago, right in the House of Assembly election, and in concluding her message, she told us the anchor holds. And you will remember before that, when we were telling you here in Tobago that Farley and the TPP is in bed with Kamla and the UNC. You remember Farley swear on his life that we were lying? Now I want you to look at the Parliament channel. And when you look at the Parliament channel, you have the opposition on one side and you have the government on the other side. And you know who does be sitting with the government? Notsi and Tomo. And you know when it's time to vote, who does be voting with the government? Notsi and Tomo. And you know when it's time to jump on the desk, you know who does be jumping with the government? Notsi and Tomo. So I want you to realize that every action of Kamla Persad Bissessa is also the action of Farley, Notsi, and Tomo and the TPP. So every increase in fines to you, the small man, is of course approved by Farley and the TPP. All them raises for birth paper, for death certificate, that is the actions of Farley and the TPP. All the raise in your gas prices, imagine a cooking gas, raised from $22 to $28. That is the actions of Farley and the TPP. Imagine to renew your passport from $250 to $500. That is the action of Farley, Augustine, and the TPP. And for the last 8 months, Farley and the UNC, they have placed their knees on our necks and they are squeezing us tight. Every day is a new tax. Every day is something going up and it feels like there is no end. And brothers and sisters, I am saying to you, if you are dissatisfied with all the increases, tax after tax after tax, I am saying to you, January the 12th gives us a first opportunity to tell Farley and Kamla it's time for them to ride out. Their time is up, brothers and sisters. And I'm saying to you as well, this is our opportunity to push back. Because I got a call today from one of my friends in Trinidad who just lost his job. As a matter of fact, they terminated a whole unit. And he is saying to us here in Tobago, he said, Kelvin, the next time you go on a platform, please tell your people in Tobago that we in Trinidad, we are asking for Tobago to make the first pushback against this wicked and heartless UNC TPP government. And therefore, we here in Tobago must say to Kamla and Farley, it's time for them to ride out. But more than that, brothers and sisters, I told you at some point in time in this election, I will bring all to bear as it relates to the ambulance fiasco, which in my respectful view is the greatest procurement scandal and the highest order of a heist to ever take place in the history of this Tobago House of Assembly. And tonight is that night. Because brothers and sisters, when you evaluate the evidence and the information before us, it's only wicked people going to take $18 million and spend that $18 million on some old rangadong bus. And therefore, I have with me a presentation that will show you, contrary to what was being said before, that this, where they tried to create an impression that those ambulances were the only ambulances available on the market, that too is a big, fat lie. And therefore, I'm going to ask my producer to pull up that PowerPoint that demonstrates to you the options that were available to this wicked, thieving TPP administration. So I have filed with the OPR this matter and also with the Anti-Corruption Investigative Bureau. And the matters, all the information I've shared here tonight is also with the Anti-Corruption Investigative Bureau. So I want you to go to the first slide, which shows you that this TPP administration received a quote from Ansa Motors, and the option available to them was a Jimbel branded ambulance. That is the equivalent of a Toyota. And for one of those ambulances, the THA would have paid only $802,000. But they bypassed that, and then they moved on. They had an option from a company called Global Medical Responses of Trinidad and Tobago, and they were providing them with a premium brand, a luxury brand, a Mercedes type ambulance for $1.3 million, and they also refused that. They also received a quote from here, this Amalgamated. And the thing about Amalgamated, they are already supplying these ambulances to Northwest Regional Health Authority and also to the government of St. Lucia. And that ambulance would have cost only $700,000. They also got a quote from Wheel Coach, which is the same supplier that provided the previous Ford ambulances. And we were getting additional Ford ambulances for only $1 million. But Farley, Faith, and Chrislin also refused that. And finally, brothers and sisters, this is what Farley and Faith and Chrislin gifted to the people of Tobago. This is your ice cream truck that we paid $1.5 million for. So we refused a Ford ambulance for $1 million. We refused a Nissan ambulance for $700,000. We refused a Toyota ambulance for $800,000. And Faith, Farley, and Chrislin bought you ambulances for over $1.5 million. And to date, the ambulance, one of them parked up in a bush. None of them working. Unfit for use. None working. But more than that, brothers and sisters, I have walked here with a flash drive. And my information is there are about 2 or 3 more of these flash drives. Because you see, the whistleblower, her or him or her, is afraid that they will eventually come at them, and they wanted to make sure the evidence is properly stored. So this does not only reside with me, but it also resides with 2 other persons. And in this flash drive, some damning allegations are made, including that one of the persons who are currently serving as a board member, along with members of the TPP and the UNC, are affiliated to that company called, that is the allegation, called BMT. But more than that, the person also alleges
that an individual from the TRHA instructed the procurement people to choose BMT over the others. So all the time we were asking the question, how come they leave all these options and go to BMT? And there you have it. The allegation is that they were instructed to choose BMT because of the relationship with the TPP and the UNC. And brothers and sisters, those allegations I also took, and I placed those information with the Anti-Corruption Investigative Bureau and the Office of the Procurement Regulator. I will tell you this, with respect to the ACIB, that matter was going apace until the UNC won the election. And tonight I am calling on the Commissioner of Police to tell us what is going on with that investigation. Because after 8 months of having this information and these allegations, we are yet to hear back from the ACIB. And just recently, the OPR would have called me in for questioning, and I provided them with this information. And also the whistleblower, a whistleblower, went in and gave them and substantiated the allegations. But I understand that the TRHA is using your taxpayers' money, and they have brought in a Queen's Counsel to stop the investigation. And I'm saying here tonight, if you don't have cocoa in the sun, why are you afraid of rain? And I'm calling on Faith, Farley, and Chrislyn to allow the investigation to go on. And to Begonians, I am saying to you, if you want a final conclusion to this investigation, on January the 12th, you are required to go out and vote the PNM so that we can once and for all get this matter of Ambulance Gate to a conclusion, and those who attempted to steal our money will be brought to justice. I am saying to you, it is time we tell Farley, Kamla, and the TPP, time to ride out. But brothers and sisters, if you think there's bad spending your money in one place, all you remember it had an event called Chocolate Juve or something like that. You all remember they went up to Lure and they said they were keeping a fete. Imagine the Division of Agriculture, who should be planting food and supporting farmers. You know how much they take. My information is, you know how much money they spend to throw the fete? I understand they spent over $750,000 to throw a fete. But you know what? My information is the fete had soup. And I don't know about you who does make corn soup, but I hear they pay a caterer for corn soup. How much you think you'll pay for a pot of corn soup? What, about $5,000? $10,000? $15,000? Well, I hear they pay $60,000 for a corn of soup. And you think it done there? I hear they had bacon shark. No, well, they pay $60,000. But $60,000. And they had bacon shark. How much you feel they pay for the bacon shark? 5,000? 10,000? Well, about $60,000 for bacon shark as well. Brothers and sisters, so when you see them building bus shed, trying to mamagaya, these people been having a grand time with your money, and they want to go back again to have a grand time. Tell them they thief enough, they fete enough, they enjoy enough, and it's time for them to pack up their things and ride out. Brothers, time for them to
ride out. But as I close, I have taken the responsibility, and I heard Marilyn refer to me as Dr. Morris. And the only doctor I am taking the responsibility for is a fella by the name of Farley Chavez Augustine. Because I have observed him for the last 4 years. I've watched him closely sitting on the other side. And I've watched him lie after lie. And I heard Lucky say it. Lucky say he lied. Oh. And that boy is suffering. He's a pathological liar. And he has been diagnosed with diabetes. And therefore, I have taken personal responsibility to cure our Chief Secretary outgoing, Mr. Farley Chavez Augustine. But before you can cure or treat any disease, they say the first step to recovery is admittance, and acceptance. So I will continuously expose his lies. And tonight I will demonstrate to you again how this little boy does lie. Another example of the lying king. So, while the producer takes his time to bring up the screen, what you will have heard the Chief Secretary last night promising over 4,000 jobs. It's okay, 8,000 jobs. This is the same Chief Secretary that fired over 2,000 Tobagonians, 500 in the THA and 1,500 in the construction sector. But he's now telling us like abracadabra, he will just create 8,000 jobs. And I'm saying to you, you hear a lie? That is a big fat lie. Because this Chief Secretary told us, all right, go ahead, Mr. Producer. Volume.
Because one of the things I will do as Chief Secretary is ensure that you don't lose your job because a PNM person will give you a contract. That's not how it's going to work with me at all.
There's a situation where a number of persons were sent home from the Division of Infrastructure. Any word on that? About 13 persons will be affected.
Right. So that particular unit was called Monitoring and Evaluation Unit. And that unit basically comprised what is known in the industry as political hires.
Many months later.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. What's up? What's up?
So, ladies and gentlemen, even the bottle and all knew that he was lying. You didn't realize when he tell the lies, so the bottle popped down, bro. And what is even more telling, he gave every contract worker, he said it didn't matter whether if you got the job under PNM, you will not lose your job. And couple days later, he was telling Liz that he fired people because they are PNM hires. So if we're going to see, can we trust somebody like that? Can you trust Farley's word? And I'm saying to you, the European CPEP, who we have told you the president is there. They have already made the arrangement. They have already made the deal. They have already told, he has already told his puppet master Kamla that as soon as the election is over, you the CPEP worker, you the URP worker, you will be sent home. But I have a message for contract workers as well. You are not isolated. Because if you look at what is happening in Trinidad at this time, contract workers are being sent home left, right, and center. And therefore the Prime Minister is on record as saying she wants to phase out this single interest, fellow Tobagonians. You are interest, fellow Tobagonians. You are seeing what has happened. Farley has sold his voice out for UNC financing. They have sold their voice for ham. They have sold their voice for lamb. They have sold their voices for jam. They have sold out Tobago. You are seeing our lands being sold out as well. They are behaving as pipers. They are selling out everything. And therefore we are called like we did in 2013, as you have come out in your numbers, your hundreds here tonight, to stand in defense of Tobago and Tobago's patrimony. Tobagonians, you have seen Kamala without consultation, without consideration, understanding that she has Farley in her pockets. She just brought a radar here to us without any kind of care or concern. She has dealt the final nail in our tourism sector. Imagine Farley is out there telling lies about he's going to bring this airline from Toronto. But what Farley has not told you is that 2 years ago, he told us he was bringing an airline, and the airline was coming in July. He made the announcement in June. We are in January of 2026, and we're still waiting on the airline. Ask Farley, where is that airline? And I want you to understand, the THA is responsible for airlift. So don't let Farley hoodwink you and make you feel that the reason why they couldn't bring airlines here is some way because Cal wasn't being good to them and the PNM was giving them trouble. That is a lie. They get a subvention specifically to deal with airlift. In 2019, just before COVID, we had 9 international flights coming to Tobago. In 2025, as we ended, do you know how many flights we have now coming directly to Tobago? We have 1 British Airways coming all the year round and Condor coming in the winter season. So you move from 9 flights, including Sunwing in Canada, to only 1 flight. And they're boasting that they have reduced, have a better deal with BA. But he will only have a better deal because we had 2 direct flights twice weekly coming from British Airways from England to Tobago. They have fallen down to only 1. So obviously if you have only 1 flight, you will pay less. But he's trying to hoodwink us again. And brothers and sisters, I'm saying to you, you just can't trust the word of Farley. And therefore, the only cure for this gentleman with diabetes is to join Dr. Morris, to join Ansel Dennis, and join the rest of the PNM, join Karin here in Plymouth, join Akil in Lekoto, join the rest of the 15 candidates, and ensure that we tell Farley it's time for him to ride out. You have a candidate here, you know, would have served you even before office. You'd have watched Karin play football and she never thought that she was better than you. She was always ensured that she came back and gave back to you. I'm so happy to see all the young people here giving support. I think I saw Daniel, Cyrus and the likes. And I'm saying to you, we are asking you to go out and give Karin the support. and go out wherever you are in the length and breadth of Tobago. Vote to protect Tobago. Vote to get rid of that radar and tell Kamla, take that radar and put it in Siparia. Vote to protect your jobs. Vote to protect your future. Vote to protect your children. And most of all, vote to save our lives. Because as Shamfa reminded you, the day war breaks out between US and Venezuela, and you hear, boom, bet your bottom dollar, all are we dead.
You dig, you dig, you dig.
So brothers and sisters, we're looking good, we're sounding good, but I just want to remind you that elections are won on election day. And therefore, as the hundreds continue to grow and the momentum continue to go, I need all of us to become soldiers. I need you, Lucky, to go out on the highways and the byways. I need more Leroy Georges to come on board. And when we do that, and we get the victory on January the 12th, we will all sing wherever we are. Great is our God. Great is Tobago. Great is this party called People's National Movement. And we shall prevail. I thank you.
Vote for the Balize. Vote for the Balize. Vote for the Balize. Move them out the way. Vote for the Balize. Vote for the Balize. Vote for the Balize.
You dig.
Move them out the way. This election coming, Tobago take warning. This election coming is a serious thing. Bali and disaster, going to make us suffer. Tobago and PNM, we have a surprise for them. The can't just Bali, leader of TDP. The can't just Fedi, she cause everybody. The can't just Zorisha, she just a poser. If we have to deal with them, vote for the PNM. Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Not Bali and them. Who you voting for? Who you voting for?
PNM.
Who you voting for?
PNM.
Not Trevor and them. Who you voting for? Who you voting?
Plymouth people! Hey, all you, this thing serious. This thing serious. All you, let me tell all you how serious this thing is now. I was driving down the road 2 days ago. I saw somebody go be able to bear this out. And as I was approaching the wrong dabout, I see 5 cow crossing the road. 5 cow. So I stop. They walk straight across into the roundabout and hit the TPP sign, boom, and put it down. They throw down the Tobago is we sign on the ground and they start to eat the grass around it. Even the animal and them fed up on them. We have to get rid of these people. This evening we're going to continue the fire as I bring a young man to the stage. He's going to come to give us some entertainment, but there is a message in the music. Somebody say message. There is a message in the music. Welcome with me this evening, Mr. Culture.
We give them the place on and they cannot run it. You say, we give them the place on and they cannot. We give them the place on and they cannot. We give them the place on and they cannot. We give them the place on and they cannot. We give them the place on and they cannot. We give them the place on and they cannot. We give them the place on and they cannot.
Hey, check. All you start to pray to bind any interference here tonight.
PNM
we
people.
bind every interference.
Right.
The thing had to go smooth. Let's welcome Culture Bay.
Read him up, roll it one time.
We give them the place on and they cannot. We give them the place on and they cannot. We give them the place on and they
Run
cannot.
it.
We give them the place on and they cannot run it. You say,
Hey, kill guy. Calling for. All you ready? Hey. Hold on. Hey, DJ. Give me the voice jack. Don't cut it. Give me the voice jack.
Run it, because see right now, we're ready to 14.
We give them the place on.
Hey, hold on. We're ready to vote in Akil one time. We're ready to vote in Karen Falls one time. Let me see all the voting finger up here, sir. Because here what's going on. We give them the place to run and them can't run it. Hold on. You see I come out tonight. A man watch me and tell me, say, Culture B, I feel it just go because Akil pay. I tell him what. I say, I do put on no party jersey if me and supporting them. Hold on. I just serious, man. Somebody always there for me. Plymouth people ready to vote them out. Somebody say out. Somebody say out! Give them the place to run and them can't run it, so we're going to take it. Run it!
We give them the place to run and they cannot run it. You say,
Hey, Akil guy.
Karen Falls.
Hey, let's go to Golden Lane. It's all about voting Tobago.
Start up! PNM coming hard. Red Army, let me see you. Rag. You go beat them bad. You go beat them bad. You go beat them bad. PNM. You go beat them bad. You go beat them bad. Nowhere. New ways, new face, with new ideas. Just give me a rest of the argument about 21 years. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that. I keep guys in man for bed tells I go and they not sure about that. Let me tell you this. Red no book hot. I Yankee can get 10 million to stop and sell in the back. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that. A man called Kelvin, a jackass, Kelvin, tell man can ride the back. Hold on. Hear the people scream. You're going on. If you have a football, but Karen Forbes, you're a footballer. You know if you have a football squad and you have a striker on the field and you ain't scoring no goal, we just put him on the bench. All right, we give them the chance. They fail, they can't score no goal. It's time you know we put somebody else on the... Watch. We give them the place to run and them can't run it.
You did.
So we're going to vote them out. Somebody said vote them out.
PNM.
Give me it again.
we give them the place run and they cannot run it. You say,
Hey, Akil guy. Karen Falls. Hey, let's go to Golden Lane. It's all about putting Tobago first again.
You're coming hard. Red Army, let me see you. Rag. Oh, you go beat them bad. 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 New ways, new face, with new ideas. Just give me a rest of the argument about 21 years. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that. I think guys the man from the tells are more than they not sure about that. Let me tell you this. Right now, Buko hot. A Yankee can get 10 million to stop and still in the back. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that. A man called Kelvin, a jackass, Kelvin, still a man can ride the back. You go beat them bad. 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 Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that. After election season, and you'll be closing down, and that's a fact. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that. 17 million the ambulance that can't come in and pack up with the tire flat. You go eat them bad. You go eat them bad. You go eat them bad. You go eat them bad.
Put Tobago first again. And that is put Tobago first.
Oh, Dada!
we give them the place run and they cannot run it.
Hey, Akil guy. Karen Falls. Hey, let's go to Golden Lane.
Akil, we are there.
Putting Tobago first
Hard. Red Army, let me see you. Rag. Akil, never go do. Hey, you go beat them bad. You go beat them bad. You go beat them bad. PNM. You go beat them bad. You go beat them bad.
this with new ideas. Just give me a rest for the argument about 21 years. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that. I think guys in alphabet tells are more than in a show about that. Let me tell you this. Right now, book hot, hot. I hear he can get 10 million to stop and still in the back. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that. A man called Kelvin a jackass. Kelvin said the man can't ride the back. You go be them bad. You go be them bad, bad, bad. Me gone. Bad, bad, bad. You go beat them bad. You go beat them bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that. Hey! After election, see paper and you'll be closing down, and that's a fact. Let me tell you this. Hey! Let me tell you that. Hey! 17 million for ambulance that can't climb million. Back up with the tire flat. You go beat them bad. You go beat them bad. Bad, bad, bad. You go beat them bad. You go beat them bad. Bad, 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 bad. Put Tobago first again. And that we said, put Tobago first. I'm out. Bad, bad.
We give them the place on and they cannot.
How we go beat them? Nah, we not convinced, man. How we go beat them? We go beat them bad. We go beat them bad. Yeah. Plymouth people, I love what I'm seeing. I love what I'm seeing. It's a sea of red in Plymouth tonight.
PNM.
PNM people, PNM family. And the most important thing tonight is that we are all God's children.
PNM.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. Thank you, Mr. Culture B. Big tune, man. We continue along in this evening's meeting. And the calls are coming from all over Tobago. People calling and asking, what happening down in Plymouth? I tell them it's a red revolution. Because we're serious. And listen to me. This is not just something that is tonight. I want us to convert this energy. Somebody say energy. This is the energy we march into the polls on January 12th. And according to my good friend here in the tracksuit, we voting PNM, 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 PNM. That's all we're seeing. We're not seeing nothing else. Just PNM.
PNM.
You respect that?
As we are about to prepare for the next speaker this evening, we have a young lady who is the reason, one of the reasons why we are all gathered here this evening. Turn to your neighbor and tell them, baby. Turn to your next neighbor and tell them, baby. A young lady who is affectionately known in our community as Baby. She is somebody who is no stranger to service, not just in the community, but on a national level, known throughout the region and internationally. Listen to me, Plymouth. PNM give you a good candidate, and we thank God that Plymouth gave PNM this young lady. You see, because it's an exchange. And this is the kind of candidates that the PNM continues to field. So this evening, as we prepare the honor guard, because Plymouth honors this young lady, because she has flown the flag high. Somebody say high. As we prepare to bring Karen Forbes to the platform, join with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Father God, we place Tobago in your hands. Every youth, every elder, every household. in the church on the street. She listen when the people speak. No time for show, no empty display. She come back again.
You
Not just
respect
election
that.
days. If you're fed up watching your work, and then if you're praying hard for Tobago way, if you want leadership with heart and spine, then hear this now is decision time. She's standing with we. Yes, standing with we. When tears fall down, she's standing with we. With God ahead.
You dig?
The people free. Carrying forth, standing with we. Before she speaks, she seek the Lord. Ask for wisdom, strength, and word. Not for glory, not for name, but to lift up
PNM.
for the youth who need opportunity, for the elder who build community, for the family just trying to survive. She fighting so everybody could thrive. God said, when the righteous lead, the people rejoice indeed. So if you believe God's still working here, let your action silence fear. Say who she's standing for. Who the people who guiding she steps. God of God, Plymouth Black Rock say now. We voting for coming for best. Have your flag, lift your hand to make our people take a stand. No more sitting on the side. Vote for hope, vote with pride. Young people, this is your voice. Elders, help we make the choice. Even in politics, even not ever before. This time, show them vote Lord. She's standing with we, loud and clear. Standing with we, no doubt, no fear. With standing front, community free. Carrying forth, standing with we, standing with we, standing with we. Bring us back with we. Carrying forth, standing with we.
PNM. PNM.
PNM family! I said PNM family!
PNM.
Make some noise!
PNM.
Good evening! Black Rock, Wem, Marysville, Union, Fairbanks, Bethel, Pleasant Prospect, and finally, Plymouth!
PNM.
Ladies and
PNM.
gentlemen, tonight we're going to change up things a little bit. The good old saying says there's no place like home. And when you come home, you feel comfortable. So when I think about Plymouth, my home, this song resonates with me. DJ. Tonight I want to big up some people. Starting where the boundary lies. Freedom Street. Sandy family, big up yourself. Miss Agnes and them, all earlier, big up all yourself. Touching Jager Street, exactly where I'm from. The Forbes family, it have any in the house tonight? Make some noise!
PNM.
Anybody seen Sonia Forbes there? That is the hard work, the most hard working woman I know. The most loving mother I have. I love you. I love my family. I love my community. Big up all yourself tonight.
You dig, you dig, you dig, you dig.
Big up all my neighbors, Miss Joe and Toba and them. The Rollins.
I want to also big up all the businessmen in this electoral district, not only Plymouth. The barbers, the hairdressers, all the SMEs. You are the heart of this community, the backbone of our sustainability. I want to work with you, hand in hand, to improve and build and expand and develop and grow and to put Tobago first again.
PNM.
There's a specific man who I hold very closely to my heart. A man who have nurtured me, bought my first football shoes, watched me grow, never gave up on me. A true friend, a father, a brother. When I say James, you say Campbell. James! James! Big up yourself, Flabby. Just as James worked with me, nurtured me to make me the best footballer that I am today, the same way I want to work with our community, to build with you. I want you to have confidence in our political leader of the Tobago Council, the next Chief Secretary, Mr. Ansel K. Dennis.
PNM.
Mr. Dennis has a plan. He has a big, bold, red plan to develop Tobago, to grow our economy, to create employment, and to improve the lives of every single Tobagonian. Let me also recognize our chairman, Mr. Larry Paul, all other members of the Executive Council of this great PNM family who have continued to support us and guide us along this journey. Brothers and sisters, this incoming 15 competent assemblyman will stand up for you. 14 worthy warriors standing behind our next Chief Secretary, Mr. Ansel K. Dennis, ready to work for you, ready to deliver, ready to deliver, ready to deliver, ready to deliver.
You dig, you dig, you dig.
They have already passed the ball to us by neglecting you, by not taking care of you, by lying to you, by putting our lives in danger, by endangering our health. So on the 12th of January, this month, 10 days away, you must go to the polls. Bring your family, bring your friend, bring your neighbor, bring your cousin, bring your nenen, bring your aunt, and we're going to be scoring 15 goals. How many? 15 goals. Allow me to say, the outgoing representative, we empathize with you. Come join us on this campaign. But from here, I will take the ball.
You respect that?
PNM.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Karen Forbes. I born right here in Plymouth. I went to Bethesda Government School right here. The same area, our electoral district of Lakoto, Bethesda, Golden Lane. Mr. Akil Guy. Give it up for Mr. Akil Guy.
PNM.
You dig, you dig.
PNM.
I played football with Stokely Vale right here. I was a midfielder, but I can play anywhere on and off the field. I know how to pass the ball, so you can reach me everywhere. In the same way, I can meet you anywhere.
You dig, you dig, you dig.
Ladies and gentlemen, Plymouth, Blackrock and environs, I'm here to serve you. I am here to listen to you. I am here to chat with you. I am here to assist you. I am here to meet your needs. I am your servant, Karen. I was approached by the People's National Movement The last 2 years, I had no choice but to say yes. Because the People's National Movement is in alignment with my values. They represent growth. They represent development. They represent service to the people of Tobago and Trinidad. Let me hear you say with me, PNM, 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 PNM.
PNM, 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 PNM.
You dig, you dig, you dig.
I have offered myself because I've seen my people struggle. I have observed my people for the last 2 years. They may not know, but I have been doing that. And I said, I had to stand up. I had to offer myself. I saw what mattered. I saw where our people were not being served. I am not perfect, but tonight, I'm ready to work with you. I'm ready to improve lives. I'm ready to help you. And Karen Forbes, your community girl, is standing up with you. I did not come into this because of self. I am a team player. I have a team that is better than the Soca Warriors. We would fight and play right. We would score right. We will score for you, and let us put Tobago first again.
PNM.
I have sat in rooms with powerful people. I have traveled the world. I came back with experiences that I've gained abroad. I want to take you to another level in education, entrepreneurship, creating more opportunities for youth, vocational training, after-school classes, revamping our police youth club, providing service to our elders, our fishermen, our farmers, our single parents, our disability parents, and also in sports. Many of you know that I love football. I love business. But I told the Lord, if you ever call me to do more, let it be service to my people. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you, offering myself to serve in a larger capacity, not only where Kick It With Karen is concerned. Because I know many of you know me from hosting the tournament, Kick It With Karen. This year would have served as 10 years since I've been doing that tournament. I have served this community because I always wanted an opportunity to give back to my community. And I have been doing that many years. It always seems very tough. But I cross the line every single time for my community. And this is my community. I would not be beaten here. Kick It With Karen is just a scratch of the surface of what I could do for my community. And I would like to add some things tonight. Here is what we will do together. We will restructure our youth academies throughout this electoral district and by extension, Tobago, with a clear vision of Stokelyville and other clubs throughout this island returning to high-level sports. Footballers, are you hearing me? Football supporters, are you hearing me? Tobago, are you hearing me? PNM supporters, are you hearing me? Who are you voting on election day come 12? PNM, 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 PNM.
PNM. PNM. PNM.
Through sports, we will also provide exposure for scholarships, not only for footballers, but for other sporting disciplines. We will create more opportunities through sports. I have lived here for at least going and coming for 33 to 34 years of my life. And I've seen the Village League happen, but nobody's taken up the mantle. But make me your next area representative, and we will create a district league expanding throughout this electoral district. We will also do activities such as sports days, aerobics burnout, district runs, walkathon, marathons, youth tournaments, including the entire electoral district and, by extension, Tobago. We will also like to create opportunities through entrepreneurship and support our parlors, every grocery, every fisherman, every farmer, every hairdresser, every food vendor, every barber. We would provide small businesses with technical support and how to market, how to grow, how to expand, and how to empower people to continue to provide support, not only for persons within this electoral district, but to also continue to put Tobago first again. We would also want to provide opportunities for you by monetizing already existing facilities through turtle watching at Blackrock, the usage of the casting jammers facilities, and other nature, the swimming facility, the beach facility, historical sites. We have a lot of historical sites within this electoral district. We'll also want to revamp the craft market and ensure that we be able to include everyone. Restore and recreate trails, bringing income to our entrepreneurs. We know our people of this district can prepare delicacies for sale, craft for sale, and many more. One of my biggest projects, when Mr. Ansel K. Dennis is our next Chief Secretary, I want to lobby for the Jazz Festival to come back to Plymouth.
You dig, you dig, you dig, you dig.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, this is your community girl. And I feel so proud to see so many persons out here tonight. Even when I was preparing, to come out the blocks, to come into politics, I know for a fact I am a servant leader. I feel most at home when I'm serving people. I've told my close friends that achieving stuff through football is great. Achieving a business is great. But nothing captivates a soul more than service to people. That's something that money cannot buy. And I'm really grateful to see so many persons out here tonight. We have to spread more love. We have to spread more unity within this community. I am the best choice. I would advocate that I am the best choice. I will continue to be confident that I am the best choice. And I'm ready to serve. I'm ready to deliver. I am ready to stand with my people. I'm ready to rub shoulder to shoulder with my people, because this is my home, and I'm not moving until I am the next area representative.
You dig, you dig, you dig.
So I am saying tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I am your community girl, standing up, standing firm, ready to serve. So on the 12th of January, vote for Akil Guy for Bethesda Golden Lane, Lakeotown. Vote for Kelvin Morris for Darrell Spring Wim. Vote for Kamisha Bacchus at Mount St. George Goodwood. Vote for Shanae John, Roxborough Argyle. And vote for, of course, me, Karen Forbes, for Plymouth Blackrock. And for sure, we were special licking down in Buku. The next Chief Secretary, Mr. Ansel Dennis.
PNM.
The man with a big, bold, red plan to make Tobago great again. And as I finish, we have an anthem that we just say on this campaign trail. Great is our God, great is our people, great is the people national movement, and we have prevailed. Thank you.
Vote for the Balizé, vote for the Balizé, vote for the Balizé, move them out the way. Vote for the Balizé, vote for the Balizé. Balize, vote for the Balize, move them out the way. This election coming, Tobago they won. This election coming is a serious thing. Bali and the Sessa going to make us suffer. Tobago and PNM, we have a surprise for them. You can't just Bali, leader of TV. You can't just Fedi, she cuss everybody. You can't just Zorisha, she just a poser. If we have to deal with them, vote for the PNM. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Not Bali and them. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Not Trevor and them. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Keep them out the way. Some parties in answers think they have the answers by flashing big money, thinking they can buy me. They will do anything, even vote a party. We will not surrender. Tobago in danger. Can't just Bali, he and UNC. You can't just Fedi, she cuss everybody. You can't just Zorisha, she just a poser. If we have to deal with them, vote for the PNM. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Not for all of them. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Not counting on them. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for?
Karen Forbes! Karen Forbes! People of Plymouth, Black Rock, you're in safe hands. I say you're in safe hands. Karen Forbes, and Akil Guy, the left-right combination, this side of Tobago, gone. As I prepare to bring the next speaker to the microphone, I want to send a message, because people who have faith but have no works, playing the one to call up we leader name, I'm telling you tonight, leave Ansel alone. All who want to go on platform and talk rubbish about we leader, leave Ansel alone. Don't make me have to jump out at all you, because when we finish with you, your hair will can't grow again. All you better leave we leader alone, because Ansel Dennis leading a team of 15 competent, 15 capable, 15 intelligent young people who have intentions to put Tobago first again. So nobody cannot attack we leader. We out and bad friend. Leave Ansel alone. And anybody who feel that you could get anywhere, we will send you to the moon. We sending you to the moon. I don't care what your name is, it will end up on the moon. So ladies and gentlemen, as I prepare to bring on a leader of leaders, a young man who has a proven track record, a young man of the people, amongst the people, and for the people, who have a vision, not a blueprint, but the original. Is he responsible for it? And he coming. I say he coming. I say he coming. I say he coming. I say they coming. They come in. 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 Ansel. Ansel. DJ run the track. DJ run the tune. DJ run the tune, DJ. Ansel Dennis. The man with the plan to leave Tobago and put Tobago first again. Ansel Dennis.
Still a child fighter. Hansel not in the dark, him a go fix every road for one. You dig? From God la
Let me see some
back to national ask about it. Gymnastic, PNM come fi catch kicks. And 4 years them get dark and them wasted. Some of this a sing back
if you know it's to get vote
PNM today. Hansel na go play game no time. Him ready up enough fight. So YTP still a child fight. You dig? PNM vote.
Let me see your vote and finger.
PNM vote for PNM. PNM vote PNM.
Plymouth, good evening.
Ansel.
Blackrock, good evening.
Kwesi.
Golden Lane, good evening.
Only selection time.
Lekoto, good evening.
PNM.
Roll out.
Tobago, good evening.
What the man is
Thank you, DJ.
March out, Ansel, march out. You the people, them want them not go take no talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, this that I'm seeing here is not a political meeting. This is a political roadblock. And I have to announce this evening that this is by far the largest political gathering that I have ever witnessed in the village of Plymouth. And therefore, with 10 days to go, I have to say to you that obviously the writing is on the wall and the people of Tobago are about to be rescued come January the 12th from the hands of this wicked band of crooks in our THA. But allow me to recognize this evening our minority leader, Brother Kelvin Morris. Two very distinguished young people produced by this community of Plymouth and Bethesda, your candidate and the next assemblyman for Plymouth Blackrock, Miss Karen Forbes. Your candidate and the next assemblyman for Bethesda Lekoto, Akil Guy. Other members of the Dream Team, former Member of Parliament for Tobago West, Mrs. Shamfa Kujo Lewis. PNM people, Tobago people, good evening. And I want to start by telling you, the people of this community, this electoral district of Plymouth Blackrock, that you are in fact in good hands. Because of course, when the PNM began its search for candidates leading up to this Tobago House of Assembly election, and I want to say to you that the search began since April last year. And during that search, some names of some young people came to my attention. Karen Forbes was one such name,
and Akil Guy was another name. And of course, in the PNM, as we always do, we checked their backgrounds, we checked their history of service in the community. We asked some of you, the people in the community, whether you will want to see those individuals as your representatives in the Tobago House of Assembly. And I can stand here as political leader this evening and say to you that when we did those checks, 100% of the people that we spoke to said to us, bring them on. And therefore, I am proud to stand here this evening leading this team and to say to you, the people of this community, and to the people of Tobago by extension, that we have as part of our team to lead the THA, two of Tobago's very best, very brightest, and of course, they are young people. And therefore I say to you that not only is the PNM the best party to manage the affairs of Tobago, and not only do we have the best plan and the best vision for the development of Tobago going forward, but we also have by far the best 15 candidates in this election. But of course, when you, the people, go to the polls and you vote, you expect results. You expect representation. And you expect change, not just any change, but positive change. And I want to commit to you, the people of this district, and also the district of Bethesda-Lekoto, that whatever Karen Forbes wants, or whatever Akil Guy wants for their electoral district, they will get with me as leader of the team and with me as your chief secretary. And I want to start with your sporting facilities. Because of course, over the last 4 years, you, the people of this district, and the people across Tobago, you have suffered from the lack of proper maintenance of your sporting facilities. And I want to say to you that when you elect Karen Forbes as your assemblyman, and she comes and she sits around a table of a PNM Executive Council, and the matter concerning your recreation ground comes before the Executive Council, I want to say to you that we will give the necessary approval to upgrade your playing facilities right down the road in Plymouth. Of course, at Corland, currently you do not have a pavilion there. Currently, the maintenance of that field, like every other playing field across Tobago, is lacking. And I'm saying that when you vote for the next PNM THA, you are going to get a spanking new pavilion at the Corland Recreation Ground. A couple nights ago, or a few nights ago I should say, we had a political meeting down at Blackrock, and I was shocked and appalled at the state of your hard court in Blackrock. And I'm saying to you, the people of Blackrock, that with the leadership of Karen Forbes and under the next PNM THA, we will upgrade and refurbish your hard court in short order. And you have right there in Corland as well a beautiful beach sporting facility that was commissioned here in Tobago due to the intervention not of the current THA, but the former Minister of Sport, Mrs. Shamfa Kojo-Lewis. And therefore, when she brought the Commonwealth Games to this country, the THA was supported by the central government to establish that beach sporting facility. And I can tell you that every single day I pass there, I am disappointed at the fact that that facility have been left incomplete for the last 2 years. And I'm saying that under the next PNM THA, when you vote for Karen Forbes and when you vote for the People's National Movement, we are going to complete that beach sporting facility. In this community as well, you have the potential to benefit from the tourism sector. And right in here, we have 2 very beautiful spaces that can be upgraded into beautified social green spaces. And I'm saying as part of our agenda, that facility across by the mini mall, and of course, the Corland Heritage Park, we will ensure that we upgrade those facilities into beautified green social spaces for you, first of all, the people of this community to enjoy, and of course, our visitors when they come here. For those of you gathered at this meeting and you have no idea where your next job is coming from because you are perhaps unemployed or working at 10 days, fear not, because the PNM is coming. And under the next PNM THA, our plan is to ensure that through the THA and through the development of the private sector here in Tobago, we will establish 7,000 new jobs over the next 4 years. And of course, well, you have to believe me because I am speaking from a PNM platform. And we can break it down into sectors: the tourism sector, the agriculture sector, the construction sector, the blue-green economy, the creative sector. We can break down sector by sector in terms of our development and the jobs that will be created through those sectors. And I want to talk to those who work in the Tobago House of Assembly, because I'm seeing a lot of contract THA workers here. Apparently you all afraid them again. And I can understand that, because 10 days to go and now you ain't afraid, but it's them afraid because they realize in a few days time they go lost their work.
You dig, you dig, you dig, you dig.
But for the contract workers in the THA, our plan is to ensure that we give you more job security. And immediately, because this is something that can be done with the stroke of a pen. And immediately after you elect the next PNM THA, we will take a decision to improve the standard contractual period from 3 years to 5 years. Those working 10 days and those who have been saddled in CPEP and URP for all those years, I want to inform you that there are several vacancies in the Tobago House of Assembly, permanent vacancies that this administration have refused to fill. And I'm saying, in filling those vacancies, you will be given first consideration as we transfer those in 10 days into permanent employment, and we transfer those in CPEP and URP into better opportunities. But of course, elections are about plans, and elections are about vision. And every single political party will come to the platform and will make promises to you. And therefore, the question you have to ask is, whose report will you believe from the platform? Because I saw where our friends on the other side came to us talking about a blueprint. And interestingly, in that blueprint, they are saying to you, the people of Tobago,
that they are going to create 6,000 jobs in the construction sector. And I paid particular attention to that, because if you're going to create jobs in the construction sector, then those jobs must be created through the private sector, through the construction companies. And if they spent the last 4 years destroying every single Tobago contractor in the Tobago space, if they spent the last 4 years boxing bread from Tobago people's mouth, 2,000 of them lost their jobs in the same construction sector. If your reputation is that you take away jobs and you destroy 2,000 livelihoods, then how the hell could you come to the people of Tobago now to promise us that you will suddenly create 6,000 jobs in the same construction sector? And the question I have, who are the companies that are going to create those jobs? Because if you destroy all the Tobagonians, is it that Namalco are going to create the 6,000 jobs? Is it California Stocko that will create the 6,000 jobs? Who are the Tobago contractors that will employ the 6,000 Tobagonians? And I can say to you that based on their track record, they have destroyed every single Tobago contractor over the last 4 years, and therefore they are selling you dreams. And I want to ask you, the people of Tobago, something. Because if you have, or your neighbor have a potong that does suck eggs, and the potong come and tell you, I had 2 dozen eggs for you, will you believe the potong? So you spent the last 4 years destroying jobs, destroying people, victimizing Tobagonians, and I want to signal to you, the people of Tobago, that it is revenge time. In addition to that, they also said, as part of this blueprint, that they're going to make the 10 days workers permanent. Sounds familiar, right? Because that is exactly what we have been saying on this platform for the last 2 weeks. And therefore I'm saying to you, whose report will you believe? Will you believe them who for the last 4 years kept the people on 10 days, did not give them vacation, did not give them sick days, kept them there under minimum wage, and did not give them permanent employment? But 10 days before an election, you're coming to say that you will put people on 10 days in permanent employment. Ask them, what were you doing for the last 4 years? And therefore, when you judge the PNM, and when you judge the TPP or any political party, judge us by our track record. And when it comes to jobs, and when it comes to economic development, and when it comes to the development of the construction sector and every other sector in Tobago, the PNM's track record stands second to none. So they come in to talk about blueprint. And I want to say to you, the people of Tobago, tell them when they come to show you any blueprint, that the only blueprint that matters to you is this: money. Because you need to tell Faith, and you need to tell Farley, and whoever comes knocking at your door in a blue jersey and saying to you, family or friend, tell them, I am not in this for friends, I am in this for money.
You dig? You dig?
And therefore, they have been playing with your money for the last 4 years. I've seen people here who worked in CPEP for several years. As part of the management structure of CPEP, they boxed the bread out of your mouth. 40-something people they licked up in CPEP. Over 500 THA employees lost their jobs over the last 4 years through victimization and wickedness, taking money out your pocket, damaging the Tobago economy. Took your whole $13 billion over the last 4 years and enriched their UNC friends from South Trinidad, but they come in to talk about blueprint. Tell them you don't want to hear about blueprint, you want to hear about blue notes.
And therefore, the next PNM administration, we are hell-bent on returning money to the pockets and the bank accounts of the people of Tobago. We are about making sound economic decisions. We are about developing the critical sectors on this island to ensure that you, the people of Tobago, become more wealthy. And that is what this election is about. I want to also tell you that it is apparent to me that the people of Tobago no longer have a chief secretary. Because when it comes to matters that affects you, the people of Tobago, the chief secretary has been totally silent. And therefore, I want to stand here this evening and ask some questions on behalf of the chief secretary, because he has nothing to say. And I want to say, as you have seen, this current central government, the masters of this chief secretary, gave you, the people of Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago, a Christmas gift by doubling all the traffic fines, by raising taxes here and raising taxes there. And I want to ask Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa on behalf of the chief secretary, because he has nothing to say. Is there any intention to raise the fees on the air bridge to travel between Trinidad and Tobago from $400 return to $700 return? I want to ask that question. I want to ask as well, on behalf of the chief secretary, because he is silent, what is the situation with the radar that is affecting the lives of the people of Tobago and the people in that community of Crown Point, to be more specific? What is the situation with it? And I want to ask the chief secretary, because that same chief secretary used to be very loud. He used to be very out of place. But suddenly the UNC, his friends, are in government, and he has absolutely nothing to say on the matters that affect you, the people of Tobago. The other question I want to ask Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa on behalf of the silent chief secretary with PIP is, what is the plan for No Man's Land and the Buku Golden Grove estate by extension? Because that land belongs to you, the people of Tobago, and the government are only stewards of it on your behalf. And therefore, any plan to develop it, any plan to sell it, any plan to give it away must be done in consultation and with the knowledge of you, the people of Tobago. I want to put those questions to this government on behalf of the chief secretary, who has absolutely nothing to say. And therefore, I'm saying to you, the people of Tobago, that we have a choice to make come January the 12th. Because all of you have suffered long, and you have suffered over 4 years. If you worked in the construction sector, you suffered. If you are a farmer on this island, you suffered. And of course, after suffering you for 4 years, they come in to tell you Tobago is we. And I want you to pay attention to that. Because our slogan says, put Tobago first again. And that tells you exactly what we in the PNM intend to do. Put Tobago first again. Tobago is we. What does that tell you? What is that? Who is the we? What is Tobago? What do you intend to do through that slogan? Tobago is we. And I'm saying to you, the people of Tobago, pay attention to the slogan. Because when we say to you that we are putting Tobago first again, it means that we are developing Tobago for developing Tobagonians, and we will ensure that you, the people of Tobago, benefit first and foremost from the resources and the decisions of the Tobago House of Assembly. So they come in to tell you, in response to put Tobago first again, that Tobago is we. And I want you to say to them that several things happened over the last 4 years. That is not we. That is not Tobago. Because of course, currently before today, public servants were generally afraid to go to any political meeting, because over the last 4 years, it was tyranny, it was wickedness, it was victimization. If you open your mouth and support the PNM on Facebook, it was abuse, it was cyberbullying. Tell the person next to you, that is not we. Over the last 4 years, Tobago contractors have been obliterated completely. The contractors that the PNM spent 21 years developing to ensure that we move from a situation where all the infrastructure project used to be done by Trinidad contractors to the point where we developed our own contractors right here in Tobago to employ you fellow Tobagonians, some of them from right in this community. They destroyed all of them. Tell them there is no we. The farmers and them waiting on the access road. 4 years now, they shut down the agricultural access roads program. We started the farmland development program. They refuse to complete it. Tell them there is no we. They spent $18 million to buy 12 ambulances that you, the people of Tobago, are yet to be able to utilize under a corrupt scheme. Tell them there is no we. The Secretary of Education traveled here, there, and everywhere as part of an overall overseas travel expenditure of $25 million, while dozens of your children, dozens of Tobago's young people were thrown out of universities across the Caribbean because they could not access funding, because they raided the scholarship vote to travel. Tell them there is no we. They come now to promise you that they will build 4,000 houses in the next 4 years when they failed to build even 4 over the last 4 years. Tell them there is no we. The tourism sector, no development, no plans, no hotels, sites and attractions in a state. But Tasha Boris travel all over the world as part of the $25 million too. Tell them there is no we. We have a chief secretary who lying to you, the people of Tobago. Every chance he get, he lied, he lied, he lied, he lied. Oh, we don't grow up Tobago children, so tell them there is no we. Whenever they come to your house asking you for vote, tell them the behavior over the last 4 years, there is no we. The corruption, the victimization, the neglect, the abandonment, the wickedness, tell them there is no we. And after you tell them there is no we, tell them you're not satisfied with the last 4 years and it's time for them to go from here. Or as Sterling Timothy will say, it's time for them to ride out. I'm saying to you from now until January the 12th, every time you see them, tell them for the last 4 years, the way they behave and the way they treated Tobagonians, there is no we. We are a people of love. We are a people of unity. We are a people of honesty. We are a people of decency. And because we are that kind of people, this time we are rolling with the People's National Movement. Because the behavior does not represent us. The actions does not represent us. They were only interested in representing the masters from Trinidad, and there is no we. So I'm saying to you on January the 12th, people of Tobago, go to the polls, because it's revenge time, it's redemption time, and it's time to take away their jobs just like they took away yours, and ensure that you vote for the PNM and you ram the X by the Balizé, ram it for the wickedness, ram it for the victimization, ram it for the corruption, ram it for the sellout, ram it because they didn't put you first, ram it because they didn't dance a yard, and ensure that after you ram the X, we come back here or we go somewhere in Scarborough so that we could sing, great is the PNM, great is our God, great is the island of Tobago,
great are the people of Tobago, and we shall prevail.
We kept the faith through every fight. Now the vision shining light. Hospitals standing proud and tall. Community centers for one and all. From fishing bays to farmers' hands, we gave new hope across the land. We're moving forward, not looking back. A new direction, right on track. A vibrant leader, bold and wise. With Ansel Dennis, watch us rise. A brand new team with heart and might to lead Tobago to the light. Stronger together, hand in hand, we're building on this sacred land. Put Tobago first again. Let progress start again. From Roxborough to Scarborough, we're building back our tomorrow. From Belgarden to Monaco, hope restored in one accord. A new man that a stronger hand, putting Tobago first again.
Drop it, DJ, drop it, drop it, drop it. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to close this evening's meeting, with all this energy, with all this excitement, I want to encourage you to come out to our next stop. Somebody say Bethel. Somebody say Bethel. Our next meeting, we roll into Bethel. And with the same energy, with the same level of excitement, we're going and convince everybody in Bethel to support. Let me hear the name. Sterling Timothy, a.k.a. Big Dog. And we're going in Bethel tomorrow night to make a statement. We're going in Bethel tomorrow night to support Sterling Timothy. We're going in Bethel tomorrow night to support the People's National Movement. And when we roll into Bethel and we roll out of Bethel, the seat safe. It's for Sterling Timothy and the People's National Movement. I want to encourage you as we leave, tell the story of the People's National Movement. Tell the story of the team that is ready to put Tobago first. Again, ladies and gentlemen, make your way home in safety. And we look forward as we continue on this trail to see you out at Bethel tomorrow night. Mr. DJ, run the tune.
Vote for the Balizé, vote for the Balizé, vote for the Balizé, move them out the way. Vote for the Balizé, vote for the Balizé, vote for the Balizé, move them out the way. This election coming, Tobago take one. This election coming is a serious thing. Valley and the Sessa, going to make a suffer. Tobago and PNM.